Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rebecca of Artistrebeccals, and this is the channel where we have fun with art. Today we're going to be leading on from last week's video where I used a ballpoint pen, cap and ink to draw a design. Now we're going to add, well, I said colour last week, but what I mean is going to be using a water brush, and we're going to be doing a bit of a monochromatic. Let's go. Okay, so I've got a damp brush and I'm going to go over. This is why I wanted it to be in a watercolour sketchbook and to be a water-based ink. Can you see the magic that happens here? You just gently stroke that brush, and you can add a bit more water. Just guide the water up, and there we are. And then we might be adding a bit of colour for the flowers, and we're going to let that bit dry because then we've got to do the hedges, and I don't want it all dissolving into there, so you just give it a bit to dry. You can just move if there's bits, a bit too much bleeding, just move it up and move it about, but it's going to add texture. I'm going to, while that dries, just go down here and just move things about. Do a bit of a shadow down here. There we are. Can you see the difference that that makes? Okay guys, so it's dry. We're now just going to just whack on some water for the hedgerow here. Doesn't it look so much more different when you add water? And to the side of me, I have brought the fibre tip pens, or I'm still going to call them felt tip pens, because they are the kid pens. And we used that a couple of weeks ago to create the picture on the other side. And as you know, I always recommend, if you're going to use the kid felt tip pens, that you get, not the brand, but the thick tip, not like chisel, but broad tip. And this is called a Stabilo Power Max. They just happen to be available and probably on offer. Sometimes buying things like Stabilo will give you more vibrancy compared to non-brands. Crayola, being American, is probably not going to be available in France for too much longer. So we are dealing with what we have. So I'm going to let that dry. And then you can see the pink that we put from here a couple of weeks back, but I cleaned my brush, is still showing through, and I like that. But what we're going to do now is get one of these pens, and instead of bringing the black from here up there, I'm just going to add some of this blue. just scribbling. And then make sure we've got a really wet brush and circular motions all the way around. And I go one way and then another, just spreading out that pigment and bring more water down. And then circular motions. Can you see we've made the house bleed a bit? I like that, go with it. And I'm going to deliberately make the hill bleed as well to bring that up, because it's all about adding atmosphere. And in this sketchbook, I want you to deliberately make mistakes. Because they're not mistakes. I want you to deliberately do things that you would consider are mistakes, so that you get to learn that new things can happen. Look at that dramatic effect that has just happened. I'm just going to see if I can get more ink here and bring that down a little. It was a bit too much white for my liking. It's a really fun technique to do. And all this came from some ink and a ballpoint pen cap. You know, it's really, really fun. Very limited materials. I mean, all in all, we've got a water brush, one blue chunky marker, bottle of water-soluble ink, and the cap off of one of these ballpoint pens, just the cap. So it hasn't taken that much to create this. Now you can add some flower if you would like some flowers, but I'm actually thinking I might leave it because I think it will ruin it. For me, I would probably use gouache to make them stand out more if I was going to do flowers. So I'm probably going to leave it there actually. I can always come back and do a new variation, and we'll see how that turns out when it's dry. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope that you found it inspiring and interesting. Will you try this technique yourself? Have you tried the other technique that we did of using the watercolor effect with these felt tip pens or fiber tip pens? Let me know in the comments below. And I'm going to catch you on the next video really soon. Remember, you're not going to see my video that's coming really soon if you haven't subscribed. Subscribing to my channel is completely free. And please give me the thumbs up. It helps YouTube know that you've enjoyed my content. I'll see you really soon, guys. Bye.